Hello, fighters, survivors, and thrivers. Welcome to the Cancer Show. It is Superhero Saturday. Oh, I love Superhero Saturday, and I have a superhero for you. I'm back on one of my favorite sites. This is livingwithcancer.com, and this is Cinthia's story, Finding Her Voice. Sinthia, living with cancer since 2015. With her creative spirit and warm smile, Sinthia is the kind of person who makes an impression the moment you meet her. Her spirit shines when she speaks about her music and other artistic projects, and she has a talent for making you feel like you're the only person in the room. I want to meet Sinthia. Creativity has always been central to Cinthia's life. As a multimedia designer, most of her work took place behind the scenes and behind many computer screens in office cubicles. All of that changed with a diagnosis of stage 2 breast cancer. In my mind, I would have ideas. In my heart, I would have song. In my journals, I'd write lyrics and all kinds of stuff. But I was never putting it out into the world and sharing it. After Sinthia had some vague symptoms for a few years, fellow fighters, survivors, and thrivers, do not wait a few years. If you feel something, go make an appointment, go to the doctor, get it dealt with, okay? Do not wait. Cancer does not wait. Please, begging you. Any symptoms, do not wait. Okay, we'll start again. After Sinthia had some vague symptoms for a few years in her 30s, a nurse detected a lump during a routine doctor's visit. Sinthia was diagnosed with an invasive form of breast cancer. Like most people, she went through myriad emotions of receiving the news. She was relieved to finally know what was wrong, and the diagnosis also made sense given her family history of the disease. And yes, if there's any family history, you have got to be on top of it. You've got to be aware. And if you have children and you have the family history, you have to be on top of your children to be on top of it and to be aware. Especially in their 20s when, they're not thinking about anything like that. I mean, it's horrible, horrific that these young adults, teens, babies get cancer. I mean, it's just tragic. But I'm telling you, when a 20-year-old gets diagnosed, Delilah coming in? Diagnosed, they sure grow up quick, and it's sad. It's horrible. It's really difficult. So remind your children, stay on top of them if they're not. Okay. But then there was the shock, the fear, and finally the resolve. One thing that's really great about this experience of going through cancer treatment is understanding that I have a voice. That I have a voice. You go, Sinthia! For Sinthia, sharing her creativity with the world and connecting with others became integral to her healing. Her work became more visual, more vocal, and more social. One of the things she did first after her diagnosis was design a t-shirt that read, "Stronger Than Cancer." Yes, we are. She wore it to arm herself for the journey into treatment. Sinthia also started sharing her daily cancer diaries online with family, friends, and strangers. Writing is an important exercise. Sharing her experiences allowed her to work through her emotions and receive love and support from the people around her. Her new philosophy to put her passions, joys, fears, and art into the world and transform the challenges of life into love, hope, and gratitude. Oh, can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Amen. One of the most incredible gifts. Let me just say that again, because I'm preaching it all the time, people. One of the most incredible gifts Cancer has given me is knowing how to be here right now and to be grateful that I can be here right now. One of the most incredible gifts Cancer has given me is knowing how to be here right now and to be grateful that I can be here right now. Beautiful. Today, Sinthia channels her spirit of love and creativity into the world around her. She hosts a radio show and a podcast. She's a professional DJ who plays for different organizations around the city. Awesome. She officiates weddings and even finds time to mentor young women at a music camp for girls. Wow. That's super awesome, Sinthia. Super awesome. Her diagnosis inspired her to play, connect, and create as much as possible. She sees it as her mission. She sees it as her mission to pour her energy into the world and inspire hope in as many people as she can. It's also taught her to live in the moment, a gift that she hopes others can learn from without going through an experience like cancer. I've lived more in the couple of years since my diagnosis than I lived in the 30-something years prior to that. I've gotten more hugs, more I love yous, and more handshakes. Cancer gave Sinthia the permission to be everything she wanted to be. And while her diagnosis helped her find her voice and jumpstart her life, she admits that it's as much a struggle as it is a gift. Absolutely. She calls it PTG, short for post-traumatic growth. Oh yeah, I like that. Post-traumatic growth, PTG. That's a good one. Sinthia took the trauma of those fateful words from her doctor and used it as catalyst to share her voice with the world around her. And because of this, she feels she's living her fullest life. Even on the hard days, Sinthia says, life is full of joy and beauty, just waiting to be expressed. I tell people, heal, forgive, love. Be creative, express yourself, help other people express themselves. And even when your candle is out, your light will shine on. Wow, that's pretty beautiful. And even when your candle is out, your light will shine on. 100%. I'm looking over here at my sister, my little shrine to my sister, and her light shines on me every single day. Every single day I feel her. So Sinthia, congratulations. Cancer can be an opportunity for you to learn about yourself and to figure out what you want and what you've been holding back. Because when you hear those words, you have cancer, it puts everything into perspective really quickly, like really quickly. It's like your bucket list is now like right there. The bucket is in front of you. The bucket list is in front of you. And you better do it. You got to jump on it because you have no idea what's happening. You don't have any idea what's going to happen. So it really inspires you to step up inside of yourself and be brave and share your talents, your passion, your light, and your love with the world. Everybody has something special to share with the world. Everybody. For me, it was a calling. It was a calling to give back in epic proportions. That's what I'm working on, giving back. And because I've been around cancer my whole life since I was 6 years old, and then I got cancer, I was just like, oh, I think this is a message. I better embrace it. So I took all of the things that I had learned throughout the years, performing and dancing and doing interviews and taking all kinds of courses and classes and studying psychology, all that stuff. Just put it in a big ball, and I'm gonna use all of these things, and I'm gonna learn more, and I'm going to share more, and I'm going to help more. I'm going to give back, because giving is the gift you give yourself. And cancer is a wake-up call to you, so you too can share your gifts. You know, I used to say this. The irony is chilling. So I had vitiligo. I told you that before. And if you go back and look at one of my posts, actually a post for my workshop, How to Get Through Cancer with a Smile. It's a picture of me getting my very first chemo treatment, and I'm in a purple top and dress, lavender. And you can see my vitiligo. You can see my original skin, which is olivey, and then my other skin. Now I'm completely white. And my sister had cancer. Okay, she had it at 12, and then she beat that. They told my mom she had 2 months to live. She beat it. Then it came back. She beat it again. And then she never really recovered from that 100%. But I used to say this when people would like talk or ask me about my vitiligo, and I'm like, I really don't mind it. I mean, I was 2 colors. I mean, people did look, but whatever. I would say, you know, this is not that big of a deal. If this is my cross to bear, I'll take it, because, you know, what my sister went through was horrific. And then I would say this, at least I didn't, at least I don't have cancer. I said that. At least I don't have cancer. At least I don't have cancer. Well, guess what? You did have cancer. I mean, you had cancer. You got cancer. You were diagnosed with cancer. So I'm just like, so much for that saying. I see any challenge. Take the word cancer, take it out, put challenge in. Any challenge is an opportunity for you to grow, for you to shine, for you to rise, for you to inspire, for you to connect, for you to forgive, for you to love, for you to try new things, for you to be brave, for you to build your courage, you know, your heart. And your generosity skills and your compassion skills and your random acts of kindness. Like, a cancer diagnosis is horrible. Yes, I agree 100%. But if you open your heart, if you allow yourself to be vulnerable and embrace that opportunity in front of you, I mean, life is saying, wake up. Not everybody gets that wake-up call, but you got it, because you're special. I say we're special. We're superhero specials, okay? And, you know, when I was diagnosed, I call it colon cancer. I had colorectal cancer, and I'm like, well, aren't I special? Like, who gets that? I did. And actually, a lot of other people do, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that at that time. So the moment I was diagnosed, I'm like, okay, this is a message. Hi, Irene. And it's time to listen to that voice, to that message. And I started mentoring people when I was in treatment, and you know, I started doing videos like right after my treatment, when you're quote unquote finished in the spring. It was the spring. I had my last surgery. I think it was February. And then I started, I think it was April. And so from there, I've been building and giving and, you know, trying to do different things, and just wanting to help people get through cancer, because I've seen it on 2 sides. Okay. I've seen my sister go through it, and like, not as an adult, as a 12-year-old when I was 6. And then me experiencing myself at 44. I see what happens to families, to our family. You know, there's a lot of stress that goes with watching somebody go through an experience like that. I can just, there's so many vivid memories, and there's so many songs that trigger those memories. You know, I watched King Kong on the end of my sister's hospital bed, and back in those days, they'd have a big room and bed. There was a bed after bed after bed, and everybody was in that room together. Everybody, all the children who had leukemia, they would be side by side, and we had our little television in front, and we watched King Kong. It's like every time I see King Kong, every time I see Jessica Lange, it's like emotional. Like I'll get emotional. People are like, why are you crying? I'm like, no, it's okay. I see King Kong. Yeah, even now thinking about it, oh, that was, you know, so young. She was so young. Just heartbreaking. But my sister did not let that stop her. She laughed. She had fun. She realized that, you know, she had, that her life wasn't like everybody else's, that she wasn't like everybody else, but that didn't stop her. She went to Hawaii. She traveled. She loved country. She loved Randy Travis. She met him. She liked to dance, and we'd go on cruises, and she was fun. We'd go dancing together, and we would have a fabulous time. You never ever heard her complain about it either. Never complain. Never why me. Never woe is me. Never depressed because of it. Just happy and grateful to be alive. So I invite you to see your cancer diagnosis as an opportunity, and to step into that opportunity, whatever it may be. Sinthia found her voice. You know, I found my calling. I know other people that, you know, they've found themselves doing, like, they've wanted to travel. So now they're traveling. They're going to all these places that they didn't because of this and this and this and this, and then they got diagnosed with cancer, and they're like, they finished cancer, and they're like, I'm traveling. Yeah, because you understand life is precious, and you never know what's going to happen. So carpe diem, seize the day. Seize the day, my fellow fighter survivors and thrivers. Seize the day and be grateful and love and give back and honor yourself and others. All right, I will see you tomorrow for I Am Inspired Inspirational Sunday. I look forward to it. Daily mantra with me, please. I am healthy. I am happy. I am whole. I am healthy. I am happy. I am whole. One more time. I am healthy. Say it like you mean it. I am happy. I am whole. Thank you so much for joining me. The thriving starts now.